rolling.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Joe Code Podcast. This is episode 210. Here we are, 210 episodes, and we have another great guest coming in today. And you guys may have noticed past couple episodes, I've been wearing these. I wore a softball championship shirt, I believe, a couple episodes ago. Wearing another softball championship shirt today. Just to, sometimes you like to just remind yourself that you're a winner. Like, hey, I'm a winner. All right? I'm a positive guy. I've got a winning mentality, and I win games, and I like to win at life. So it's good to remind yourself you are a winner from time to time. Aaron, you've been a winner. You are a winner.
Yep.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
And we've got another winner here with us today. We've got a good friend, great comedian, co-worker of mine at the Comedy Store. Pleasure to have her here. She's very funny, and it's just we're glad to have her in today. Welcome everybody to the podcast. This is her first time at Joe Code. Welcome to the show, Angie Stroud. Angie, you're here.
Thank you, Joe Code.
Yeah, you're
Happy
welcome.
to be here.
And then I know you are a bit soft-spoken. Talk kind of loud. You don't have to yell. I'm kind of oversensitive about my voice because people have told us in the last few months, oh, I can't hear you, or something, that bullshit.
People can't hear you?
Sometimes.
But you're yelling.
Aaron, we sound good, right? Does Angie sound good?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I sound great.
All right, Angie, welcome in. I wanted to bring this up to you. I don't know if people have told you this. So you're a taller woman, right? You're about 6 foot.
I have been told that I am a taller woman. I'm 5'10".
All right, I thought you were taller, but I feel like you're tall, but you don't give off a tall energy. Would you say that? Do people say that?
I think that I have bad posture. I think that helps.
No, but I think these tall people kind of walk around like, yeah, look at me, I'm cool, and people owe me things. Like, you don't have that pompous... They do. You don't have that pompous, tall attitude, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it's called scoliosis.
Yeah, but no, you're cool. You're not a frickin' like, you're soft-spoken. You're not, like, cocky. You're just like, hey, I'm cool.
How tall are you?
5'9".
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
5'8 3/4 or something. Yeah, but people wear shoes all the time. I'm 5'9", I guess.
I think you have tall energy.
Thank you. Yeah, I believe so as well. So, Angie, we have you here. Sometimes I'll say stuff, and then I'm like, oh, where do I go next? In my I take Lyft rides here. I do, because I on my way here, I'm thinking about the podcast. So I think, like, in the rear view mirror, the Lyft drivers must look at me, because I probably make, like, a weird, like, thing, because I try to get into the zone. I think I probably make weird faces. Like, I'll just be sitting in the Lyft just like that's kind of my thinking face. All
yeah.
right.
When I was walking over here, I tend to furrow. I don't wear sunglasses outside, but my eyes are really light sensitive, so I tend to, like, furrow my eyebrows like this.
Yeah, it's like furrow your brow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that expression.
And I was walking in my car, and some guy started yelling out of his car. He just started yelling at me. He was like, smile. Smile.
Oh, I hate that. People used to say that when I was a kid.
Yeah, he did it over and over again.
Why should I smile? I live with my parents,
There's that.
I have no money. I'm a kid.
Who is just smiling down the street?
Yeah, yeah, that's what, like, psychos do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, hey, I'm just walking along, yeah.
It pisses me off when people do that.
Yeah, that should piss you off.
It makes me want to, like, either, like, smile at them crazy or... I quietly said "fuck you" as I was walking away.
Yeah, that's
I don't
annoying.
think he heard me, but I'm I'm trying to think of what the best response to something like that is, because it deserves a response to make them never tell a woman to smile on the street again.
Maybe
or a child.
Maybe just give them the finger.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe that's aggressive.
But then that's the thing.
That's not original.
Then that's the thing, is that giving them
or maybe just no. Or maybe, hey, why don't you give me a reason? Maybe tell me a joke. Maybe I'll laugh.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
But then that's the thing about giving them the finger, is that then it's like proving that they're right. They're like, so you are upset.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right. Don't fall for their little tactics they have there. I don't like that. Do you, so I want to ask you this. What instrument do you or did you play?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, you give off band vibes.
Okay, now that's an insult.
No,
That is
it's
an
like,
insult.
I don't know, you could be a bass player
Aaron
or,
Aaron agrees with me that that's an insult.
well, no, Angie, I think you're a hybrid like me, to where you could kind of go to the like less popular crew or even like jock crew. I was always back and forth. Like I played sports, but I talked to the lesser popular people and associated with them.
But you still spent time with the peasants.
No, I'm just saying, like, just answer the question.
Okay. I played cello for like a year. I never had enough discipline. I never had enough discipline to be in a band. But I did theater and theater acting from like 8 through high school.
Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, yeah, so you did that. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really got into acting till like college.
I mean, it was at the YMCA, so it's not like I really retained anything that useful. But
You did acting at the YMCA?
yeah,
Where? In like a multi-purpose room?
they had an auditorium. You know,
Oh.
it was a good Y. It's called the Y now. They shortened
Yeah,
it.
they just call it the Y. Now you just had a birthday, right?
I did.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Now you're younger. You're in your 20s,
I am.
mid, right?
Officially mid.
Mid to late.
Okay.
You don't have to say how old you are if you don't want.
No, I'm 25.
You're 25. Yeah, I think the youngest person we had on here, I think, was Joey. I think Joey's like 23 or something.
You had Joey on here?
Yeah, isn't he is he the youngest of the crew that we have?
No, that's Thomas for sure.
Oh yeah, Thomas. Yeah, that's right. He's like 22. Yeah, I'm a lot older than you guys, which is why you guys all look up to me, which is nice. I deserve that. So thank you.
How long have you been working at the store?
Well, my timeline's kind of broken up. Like, I left twice.
What?
So, well, I originally was there in 2018. And then...
I saw the Comedy Store has a Twitter, and I saw a tweet
I would
that
hope
was
so.
like,
They better promote shows.
I think it's like dead now, but
What'd you see?
I saw a picture of you that was like, welcome Joe Marrese, the newest door guy from
nice.
2018.
Yeah, that was my initial start. But my real time working there is almost 5 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm approaching like to the point where that's enough.
Wait, why'd you
know what I
leave
mean?
twice?
Well, I mean, they were both COVID related. You know, there was we were closed for 14 months.
Right.
So that, I guess that is leaving. Also, I wasn't in town, but also we were closed. And then 21, I was in Austin for a little bit.
You moved. Did you try to move to Austin?
I tried, yeah.
Did you not like
Didn't
it?
stick. Not really. I also, what I didn't like the most was running out of money and being completely broke and that.
That seems like something that you wouldn't like to do.
Yeah, I didn't like that. That wasn't cool. So, like, people talk about...
But Texas is so less expensive than California.
Yeah. Yeah, I was working like valet jobs where I was like not getting tipped. Like you thought like, oh, people here are cool and everybody's friendly and oh yeah, but hey, we're not giving you any tips. So,
have you ever been on Kill Tony?
I did it years ago.
How'd you do?
Like when it
was small?
Yeah, like belly room.
Right.
I did. Like way before I was working at the store. I was bad for that show because I always did good.
Yeah, get them.
So they couldn't take jabs at me. Well, yeah, you kind of came up. Well, you're kind of in that like roast culture. You do that. You're big with those roast battles. Like, yeah, you do good. Do you win a lot of those? Like, what would you say about me? Oh, look at this. Hey, nice bald head, stupid ass.
Yeah, something like that.
Look at Joe. He's stupid.
You've tried to roast me before. There was one time when you were hosting potluck.
Yeah, you do that. What did I say?
You brought me up.
Hey, curls.
No, you
What'd I say?
You were like, this next comedian is some punk ass.
Yeah. Well, yeah. These you younger guys, you younger people have like this. Hey, I'm a badass. I'm rebellious. Or maybe that's me projecting, because that was me when I was that age.
Yeah.
I was a rebel.
No, I'm a rebel. I'll take it. I'll take the badge.
Do you know that oldies song where like, she's a rebel? All right, never mind. But it is a song.
Okay.
But what was I going to say? Well, yeah, what I like about you guys are young and disciplined as comedians. Because when I was that age, I was already doing mics. Like, I started doing mics in Chicago in 2008.
Nice.
And I talked about this on the previous episode with Tammy, that all of my jokes were bad in those first few years. Especially at that age, I didn't know how to write. I didn't figure out who I was as a comic, also as a person. And I was like partying a lot. So how do you, like you, because you're such a great writer and performer already, how do you stay disciplined?
It's hard. I feel like I was able to get ahead because I took a class. So
what class?
I took a stand-up class at USC.
Oh, at USC.
So I didn't have like a very...
University of Southern California.
Yes.
Correct, right?
Not South Carolina.
Yeah.
And so when I first started doing stand-up, I had to go every single week and like had to be writing new material to show this group of people. And so there was some accountability in that way.
Okay.
So once I started going to mics, I already had like, a few solid minutes under my belt that I knew were like tested. And
yeah. And then also a lot of it has to do with like staying out of trouble, not partying, right? You were not doing that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I was ever really into like the college Greek life scene. I just never really fit in that way because I was on scholarship at USC.
Yeah, I didn't do that kind of stuff either, but I found my own parties. I didn't necessarily need the fraternities, but I did my own partying.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a different level of wealth, like where, I was there on scholarship and the USC...
Oh, look at you. For what?
For merit, for academics, I guess.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
Okay, straight A's?
Yeah.
All right, nerd alert.
Come on, don't roast me.
God.
You invite me here to Burbank just to fucking roast me?
Yeah.
And say I have band energy.
Who's teaching this frickin' stand-up class, by the way? Is it a professor? Is like frickin' like...
Wayne Fetterman?
Yeah, I like him. It was him?
Yeah, he teaches classes at USC.
Yeah, I frickin' love Wayne.
Shout out Wayne.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. Him. Now I want to go back to college.
He's the best.
Yeah, I like Wayne. I know him a little bit.
I took his class twice. The second time I took it for no credit just because I wanted to keep the reps in.
Okay, good. I'm glad it's someone like that. I thought it was just like some professor that's being a poser.
No,
Can't fake this, USC. All right, I don't know why I'm mad at them. They did a good thing by hiring him.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like hearing that. Angie, I got some stage time last night based off a coin flip. You believe in that?
For the TBD spot?
Yeah. It was me and Kevin. We flipped first of all, I've never done this. I flipped a penny. I wonder, is that bad luck?
Off the bat, that seems like bad luck.
Well, yeah, because I didn't even, we didn't have any other coins around. And for whatever reason, in the office at the Comedy Store, there's a little jar of pennies. I don't know what that is supposed to be. Yeah, because the penny, you can't even really flip it. Like, I had it in my thumb, and it just kind of went up in the air. But guess what? Kevin called heads, and it was tails, so I won. So whatever. I win anyway. But, yeah, we have to trust the fate of the penny. And I'll take stage time every night that way. I want to flip a penny, and if I win that way, I'll take it. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can also do a coin flip. There's like an app on your phone where you can flip a coin.
Yeah, but that's not a coin. How's that an app? Or I mean,
it's just a randomizer.
Why do they have that?
Sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll do that.
In case people are like, we need to flip a coin, but we don't have one?
I feel like I've done that for big decisions before.
Really?
Like when I was like debating buying a snake, I did like a coin flip app.
Did you buy the snake?
Yeah.
You did? You have one?
I have one.
Wow.
I did think about it.
Total band energy.
Thank you. You know what?
I didn't mean that as an insult.
It sounds nicer from Aaron.
If it looks like somebody plays an instrument, that's not like, what if I said that to frickin' Travis Barker or somebody? I'm not gonna be like, hey, they're not gonna take it. Joel Jimenez. I'm like, hey, Joel, what instrument you play? He's like, yeah, drums.
Well, yeah.
It's cool.
But that's his whole thing. Well, it's not his whole thing. It's a big part of his thing.
Yeah, it's some of his thing. All right, I have a couple different segments that I'm going to do here.
Okay.
The first one we do is This Sucks. And my This Sucks for this week is I currently have fruit flies at my place, but there's no fruit. So what are these fricking fruit flies even doing here? There's no business for you here, fruit flies.
Not even a banana?
No, there's no bananas around. Okay, for you guys to be existing, there has to be fruit. So what are you then? If you're here,
Joe, why aren't you buying any fruit
on my cabinets? Well, here's
you're
the
a
thing.
Vegetarian and you're not buying any fruit?
No.
Whoa.
No, that's not what I'm. Let me get to.
You get that? Zoom in on that.
No.
You're a vegan and you don't have any fruit.
The fruit comes and then it's eaten.
Okay, so there is fruit.
I get the acai bowl,
So
but then
there is
it's
fruit.
but then it's consumed. There's no standing fruit on the counter. There's no bananas. I get the acai bowl from Creation every day, and then I eat it, and it's gone.
That's so expensive. That's like $20.
Yeah, that's not expensive.
That's expensive.
It's like $24.
From Creation with a K?
Yeah.
With a K?
It's more expensive because of the K. Yeah. I'm an Uber One member.
K for 1,000.
I'm a freaking Uber One member, so I get some dollars off.
You should get some blood work done.
Why?
Because when I was vegan, this might be me projecting.
I get enough iron.
Well, when I was vegan, I did become very anemic, but it's the
I
sort
feel
of
good. Sorry, go ahead. What else?
It's just the sort of thing depending on how you're doing it, you could have some vitamin deficiencies.
Well, see, I mean, I eat all the right things that have the vitamins and stuff, and yeah, I make sure, like, if you're gonna do this kind of a lifestyle, you have to do it the right way.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, I'm vegan, but I'm gonna eat French fries every day. You can't do that. Like, I'll have fries like maybe once a month.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm eating the fruit. But yeah, the point of the fruit flies, yeah, maybe there's some little fruit still in the bowl it's in the trash, but that should not be attracting these dopes.
Maybe it's the trash.
But again, I mean, I throw the trash out. Yeah, I think they're just barking up the wrong tree. I think they see a guy who like, oh, he's probably got some good fruit here, but they're gonna be disappointed. They're gonna go hungry.
You know what you
So
gotta
what's gonna
do?
happen then?
You gotta get apple cider vinegar, put it in a little bowl.
Yeah.
And dish soap.
Oh, and dish soap?
Yeah, because it'll break the surface tension. So they'll try to float on the apple cider vinegar and they'll just sink into it.
Oh, like that. Because I've heard, too, where you can kind of poke holes. Mm-hmm. And then they go in there. Yeah, I've heard that way as well.
You could also just get a wine bottle that just has a little bit of wine in it and they'll just fly in and die.
Oh, they're attracted to the wine.
Well, because of the fermented fruit.
Alcoholics.
I've had multiple fruit fly infestations in my life.
Yeah, it's annoying. All right, now this is a little segment we like to do with when we have the younger generation here. Last show we had someone from Gen X. Mm-hmm. You are Gen Z.
Yes.
I am Gen Y, which is a millennial, I guess.
Millennials, yeah.
Yeah, but that's why do they do that? Why do they go from Gen X, Generation X, and then millennial, and then Generation Z? Isn't that kind of weird?
You're Gen Y. Can I buy a house?
Yeah.
Aaron?
Yeah, that's right.
Aaron in the booth?
That's
I don't know.
There we go.
I mean, I'm glad you did that joke because I was thinking of why something as well, and I couldn't think of anything. So thank you for picking up the slack.
Yeah, no problem. Angie code. You just got Angie code.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. But all right, so what I was gonna say is we do a thing with Gen Z called the Gen Z IQ test game.
Okay.
You went to USC. We already this one's too easy. It stands for University of Southern California. There's no way you were gonna get that wrong, right?
You were going to ask me what that stands for? What my own college stands for?
Yeah, I don't know. But you guys don't pay attention to stuff. You're on your phone flipping coins.
Okay, roasted.
All right, okay, let me ask you this. What are pickles?
Pickles are cucumbers in vinegar and spices.
All right, that's enough. Yeah, you got it. Sorry, I don't mean to be short with you. But
no, it's okay.
I was like, if I'm not going to stump her, I'm moving on.
Are you going to ask me if I fling my own shit next?
I'm going to ask you, have you ever heard of the company U-Haul?
Yes.
Do you know why they call it U-Haul?
Because you, the customer, haul it yourself.
All right, damn it. All right, I'm going to get somebody one day. I got to think of some tougher questions.
I mean, this really
those are real softballs.
This really just shows what you think about Gen Z.
It's not an insult. All right, yeah, it is, but all right, so let me look on my notes now. We got to move on quick from that. Took a real dive there. So, Angie, this podcast, by the way, is I should have said this earlier. It's the podcast of food, beer, and men. Mm-hmm. Is the main topics here.
Happy to be a guest.
Yeah. But, I mean, just, I guess thoughts on that.
Thoughts on food? It's an essential, but I don't have a lot of time to cook these days.
Well, I was going to ask you, what are you cooking up these days?
I'm not cooking up much these days. I was eating out a lot, but then I looked at my bank account and I am spending a lot more than I am making.
What's the go-to Taco Bell order?
The go-to Taco Bell order, that could either be a steak quesadilla.
Okay.
If I'm feeling like eating meat. I used to be vegan. I was vegan for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I also know the Taco Bell hacks. That's like one of the only good fast food.
Yeah, that's like one of my main things.
Yeah.
But I got a black bean crunch wrap that happened to be ground beef inside. They got me.
Yeah, you really do have to check, especially if you're going late. The black bean crunch wrap is great.
Yeah.
A good way to ask for just no dairy is to just say, make it fresco style.
Yeah. Well, I always do it on the Uber Eats, so what I like about that is you're able to just select everything. But
yeah.
So you're going steak quesadilla.
If I'm feeling that. The cheesy bean and rice burrito, but I'll get no cheese.
Okay,
I don't really like the nacho cheese. I think it's kind of gross.
No. Yeah, I'm with you.
But I'm also at a place where I was vegan for so long that it made me lactose intolerant.
So now, okay, so you are lactose.
Whenever I eat dairy, I have to have lactate. So most of the time that I'll go to Taco Bell, I actually won't get things with cheese on it, like the black bean crunch wrap, or I'll get a bean burrito with no cheese. So it'll just be beans.
That's the thing. Like with
then
me,
how are you handling that quesadilla?
Well, so that's when I'm like, like, you know what? I don't have anything to do in the morning tomorrow. I have the extra time.
I have extra time to feel shitty.
And I'll take a lactate, and lactate doesn't.
What is that? Like a tablet? I don't.
Yeah, it's a pill.
Okay.
That adds the enzyme in your gut that you don't have.
Oh, all right.
Where you might come to find that if you're vegan long enough, that it'll also make you lactose intolerant.
Well, yeah. What I've noticed about cheese, I do miss cheese like way more than meat.
Yeah.
Like I think cutting out cheese is harder than cutting out meat, and I think a lot of people would find that in common.
It's also, from my experience, it's way harder. It's been the hardest thing to reintroduce into my diet.
Cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just can't eat it anymore.
Yeah, like with Taco Bell, like I can just get a bean burrito, but then you can just add a bunch of stuff to it.
Yeah.
That's what I think people are missing, the greatness of this. Like you can select the bean burrito, which on its own comes with the refried beans, red sauce, onion, and cheese. That's like the basic. But yeah, I'll cut out the cheese, but then I'll add rice, I'll add lettuce, I'll add tomato, I'll add the spicy potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's kick it up. And then it's fun. So you can just add all that stuff and make a nice burrito for yourself.
Yeah.
So you guys are all welcome for that out there. All right. Well, that was cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So now let's do a Joe code for this week. And Joe code for this week is, excuse me.
Fight through it.
I know everybody has their trying to hold in a burp or a yawn or whatever this happening to my face. Be a fast learner. I mean, we all learn things at our own pace, but if you can, strive to be a fast learner. It's a great quality to have. It helps the people around you a lot, and it is it's just a great thing to be able to do. It's a great skill, and learning on the fly, being able to do that. Because some people are slow learners, which is okay. But what's not okay is never learners. There's some never learners out there. To you guys, figure it out. So, just a little word to the wise out there. All right, cool. Angie, what kind of hobbies you up to these days? You playing sports at all?
I'm trying to get back into running.
What about, do you do hiking at all? You just want to run a little bit?
It's too much driving. It's too much driving. Hiking trails that are close to LA, like close to where I live, are really bad.
Yeah.
You have to drive like an hour to go somewhere where you actually like can't see the freeway from the trail.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you got to go far for that. You don't like the typical Runyon or like Bronson canyons.
No.
Not into that. Yeah.
Angeles National Forest is great, but it's just so far.
Yeah, what am I going to frickin' be
or like Malibu.
Driving all day? Yeah, exactly.
I don't really understand when people are like, I love hiking around here. I'm like, I would love to know where you're going.
Yeah, because, it's not, like, fantastic scenery.
But I'm trying to get back into running.
Yeah,
I did cross country in high school.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you could pick it back up.
I have a rock climbing membership, so I do that sometimes.
Oh, yeah, people are into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a good full body workout.
It's good. It's good, but the people that go to the gym are annoying. And it's kind of
there's
like
rock climbing snobs.
Oh, of course.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
There's rock climbing snobs.
That makes me a little angry.
And there's
what the heck?
There's granola parents that bring their kids there, and their kids treat it like a playground, and they're just like.
Wait, what does
around.
Granola parents mean? They're just handing out granola bars to everybody?
No, just like crunchy parents with like. With like dreadlocks that, their kid is named Barley and they're running amok and they have no recall to their kid,
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, what's that about?
There was one time I saw these two parents that had their kid must have not been more than like a year old, and they just put him in like a little tiny like kind of like those high chairs that lock him in, but it was like a low chair.
Yeah.
And the kid was just like at the corner of the weight section, and both of his parents were both just like lifting weights while this kid was like crying.
Yeah, that's not cool.
And
a lot of these places have daycares. Yeah, if they can't.
I don't know. It's like, or maybe only one of you can go to the gym at a time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't make the kids sit there.
It's also like anybody could like trip over your kid. They're in the weight section. It's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Yeah, that's why I don't like. Yeah, I don't do gyms at all. I do burpees.
And that makes sense.
Yeah,
I can see that.
And then I walk a lot.
Yeah, I could see that. But
Thanks.
Like. My other problem with my gym and with a lot of businesses in LA is they close early. They close earlier than they're listing the time for.
I mean, gyms should be open pretty late.
They're open until 10.
That's not late enough.
They'll start making announcements that they're closing soon an hour out, and they'll just like be on the God mic like, every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
come on.
They're like, if you haven't used the sauna and you want to use the sauna, now's the time to do it.
Oh, yeah, because it takes us 2 seconds to shut it off. Yeah. We got to prep the sauna. Yeah, give me a break.
I feel like so many...
Yeah, we know you want to go home, but hey, guess what? Then get a different job if you don't want to be here late.
I went to my local liquor store last night to try to get a drink. Their hours said that they were closed at 11. It was 10:50. The doors were locked. Yeah. The guy was in there.
Yeah, I've come across that a lot in LA. It frustrates me, and I think I've done a This Sucks, if you remember that segment from earlier on that exact topic. Yeah, it's annoying.
The guy made eye contact with me, acted like, didn't acknowledge that, like, they're supposed to be
Did they have,
open.
like, the cage thing or whatever they put?
No, he just prematurely locked the door. He said, I'm done working.
Yeah. Good.
But I get it. Like, I know that when the show's over at the Comedy Store, we'll be like fucking yelling at people to get out.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. But I don't know. I think that work culture is really taking a nosedive.
Yeah, like people, like work ethic.
Work ethic.
Yeah.
But also, like, I think that the idea of customer service and the customer being right at all is, like, gone.
Yeah, I feel that too. Yeah, customer service is, it's not the way it was.
But I also wonder if it's because of the city that we live in. Like,
yeah, it could be that.
I wonder if in Wyoming people are still, like, taking pride in their jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like at coffee shops, you used to get, like, really good customer service, but now it's just kind of whatever. You probably, like, in LA, you probably have to go to, like, a fancy hotel if you want to be, like, greeted nice and treated well. It's like, oh, yeah, I have to have so much money, huh? Now you treat me nice?
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
spending $800 a night. Yeah, oh, now it's, hey, sir, all of a sudden.
Maybe I just don't have enough money to be right as a customer.
I think it's a class thing.
Oh,
could be that
could be it. I stayed at a hostel over the weekend in San Diego to try to save some money.
Yeah, how did that work out?
While I was doing Don't Tell comedy. Yeah. And so I slept in I usually do this when I go to San Diego, but I've been doing it in the winter. And so it was a good deal where I'd pay like $40, to sleep in a room that, like, with like bunk beds that can usually sleep like 8 women. I always do the women only ones.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to have that type of stress.
Yeah, exactly.
But the first time I did it, it was just me and one other girl, and there were separate rooms, so it was almost like we both had our own rooms. Like,
yeah, that was good.
But it was the dead of winter, so I tried to do it again recently.
Yeah.
And they were almost all sold out. But I ended up staying at one, and I got the last bed, so I had to sleep in a top bunk, like above some girl, which was annoying.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah,
way
you don't
weirder.
know the person. It's not like college roommates.
Yeah, you know, I slept like with my bags, like, you know, I only had a backpack, but I slept in it in the bed with me because I don't trust people.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, you know, I went to bed at like 2. All of these people were getting up at like 8 a.m.
Oh, yeah,
and so I didn't get
problem.
any sleep.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You want to save money, but there's a price.
Yeah.
There's a price to not pay for that.
Oh, I got horrible
if you catch
sleep.
my drift.
And the girl below me, she kept on coming like into the room, and like I think she was like changing in bed, and she was like taking phone calls and stuff, and like just being really obnoxious, and like she had like there was a metal drawer that was attached to the bed, and she kept on opening it and shutting it, and it was moving the whole bed. And so I was like, hey, like I only got like an hour like left that I'm here. Can you please stop moving the bed? And she was this Russian bitch, and she was like, I'm not moving the bed. You want to see moving the bed? And she grabbed the bed frame. She grabbed the bed frame, started shaking it, and she was like, this is moving the bed.
Oh my God.
And she was like, that'd be crazy.
What a nightmare.
And I was like, you're a fucking bitch. And it was like 9 a.m.
See, I wonder if she would have been like that on the top, though. Maybe she would have been more relaxed up there.
Yeah. And, you know, and it's weird to think about that I did that all to save like $20 or $30.
Yeah,
I could have gotten a cheap
again.
hotel. Yeah. So that was the last time.
Yeah, you got to get your own room. Gosh.
But so, you know, I'm frugal. I try to save money.
Yeah, you do, but then then you have somebody shaking the bed.
It was really crazy.
Psycho. All right, let's do This Is Great. And I didn't have anything. I couldn't think of anything. I just want to remind people, and I'm saying that because we did our podcast with Tammy. That was on June 26th. This is also being recorded on June 26th, Thursday. I know this is coming out Monday, July 7th, people. So I've recorded back-to-back episodes. So I didn't have another This Is Great, but I have one that's inspired over here by Angie's Coffee. So my This Is Great here is a nice aroma. I love a good aroma. You get some food or some coffee that we have here that is a nice aroma, and that is great. I love to smell that. Angie they have in the lobby here Twix flavored coffee, the candy bar Twix, and it has a lovely aroma, and it's fun, and I like it, and I kind of want to try that.
Yeah.
So Angie, here at the podcast, we get emails, we get people commenting about different things. People like to write in here and there. We get these brackets with different topics that people come up with and that we do. So we'll get to one of those. But first, quick promo, everybody. We got another Bros Before Joe's show coming up at the Comedy Store. That's going to be Friday, July 18th, 8 p.m. in the Belly Room. All the guys will be there. Me, Chad, JT, Strider, Kevin, and we'll have a couple special guests. But yeah, get tickets now, guys. These shows always sell out. They're always a lot of fun. Bros Before Joe's, Friday, July 18th, 8 p.m., Belly Room at the Comedy Store. All right, so... and then, of course, everybody email me here, JoeCode Podcast @gmail.com. We talk food, beer, and men here, or anything else you'd like to talk about. Join that Patreon, people. It's just $2 a month. Patreon.com/Joe Code Podcast. Appreciate the support. And then also subscribe to it. I know you guys all like to listen to the pod. Big listener crowd here. But guys, get over to the YouTube, watch a little bit, like, comment. We love that engagement. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't also. Oh yeah, we didn't talk much. Are you doing any drinking these days, Angie?
Well, you might already know this, but 2024, I didn't smoke or drink or do anything.
Yeah.
That was great. And then this year, I wasn't sure if I was going to like continue it or not. And I've like had a drink here or there. Yeah. Casually. I've smoked a little pot here and there casually. I will say weed's just horrible. Like,
yeah, I never really was into it. Yeah. How about
I've never seen you smoke weed.
I mean, I've done it, but it's been years. Yeah. It's probably been like a good, I mean, I think I did accidentally hit some like a year ago. Like, I think I was pretty drunk.
Yeah,
that's what I mean, accidentally. Because I didn't really want it. It was just like, oh yeah, give me that. But like, honestly, like trying it, like other than that, it's probably been like 8 years.
The drunkest I've ever seen you was like after you came to the Comedy Store after like some sports game.
Yeah, I don't like doing that, but it'll happen.
What sports game was that? Do you remember?
Was that a few months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to go. That was Daniel Moquin. Yeah, we went to the Cubs-Dodgers game.
Yeah.
You were there?
Yeah, Joe came back to the Comedy Store, and I was eating a paper plate that had some cake on it.
Yeah, I remember that now.
And Joe was standing next to me in the circle, and I was still holding the empty plate, and he knocked the plate out of my hands.
Yeah, damn it. Don't tell people that.
In front of everybody. And he didn't pick it up either.
It's funny.
And he was like, I thought that'd be funny. And then the next day, Joe was like, I've been told that I knocked a plate out of your hands.
Yeah, I was old.
And I apologize.
Yeah.
It was funny. No, it was funny.
Well, sorry about doing that.
You know.
Apologize.
But it's funny because I had a will to, like, you know, it was one of those, like, classic 80s, bully tactics where I was like, you know, the Comedy Store is like a boys' club and, you know.
Yeah.
So it was funny to get a plate knocked out of my hands in a circle of guys, and I was like, I can't pick up the plate. So then for like 10 minutes, like we were all like, just like continued talking. And then it was funny because Joel was like, I'll pick it up, Angie. I know you can't.
All right, yeah.
I know you can't for street cred reasons.
Okay, well,
I was like, thank you.
We had a couple beers at the game, which wasn't much, but the thing was, we went to the Naughty Pig down the street from the store after the game. Yeah. And I had just done a shot of Jägermeister.
They're going to put a bronze statue of you in front of the Naughty Pig.
Yeah.
Like on a park bench for people to take pictures with.
Well, fine, I will.
Aaron in the booth liked it.
I was pretty... Yeah, I go there. I'm a frequent... I know all the people.
I was at Joe's 40th there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I was too. Oh. I think I was too.
Yeah, I think you were there. I knew you at that point.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that this is the first time this has ever happened on a podcast. I've done drugs more recently than everyone else here.
Oh my God.
Why? You were just in
Are
Vegas,
you drinking
right?
hooch in the booth? What the fuck? What type of production is this?
Well,
I took a full gummy in Vegas.
A full gummy?
Nice. Yeah, you were just there.
And you lived to tell the tale?
Just melted on the couch. Yeah.
It was just relaxing for you?
Yeah.
Did you have any cocktails while you were there?
Did not. I was only on the strip one night.
All right.
I didn't. My kid was with me, so.
I don't like edibles. The last time I took edibles, it was in my parents' house, and I was just so bored. It was like during the pandemic, parents' house, and I had edibles, and I was like, let's just have plans tonight for the first time in 2 months. And so I ate I think like 2 sour strips. I didn't even really look at how much it was, but then I think after the fact, I think it was like 75 milligrams.
Okay.
And I have a low tolerance to stuff like that.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
I got so high that I had to like look at my body, or else I was pretty sure that it was like, if it wasn't in my view, I was convinced that it was gone. Like in an Infinity War, I kept on feeling like I was just dissolving.
Yeah, I don't need that kind of experience.
It's horrible.
That's why I like having some beers. It just gives you a little. your reality is just distorted to a little, So you're not excited about any summertime cocktails?
Well, so then that's the interesting thing about taking a break from drinking and then going back.
I might be into a little mojito at some point.
Oh, I love them. I loved a mojito. But also, I think that I just like ginger beer.
All right.
Is that what's in a mojito? I think I just like lime and soda water.
What about Jaeger?
Okay, I don't never Jaeger.
All right, fine.
But taking a break and going back, alcohol tasted so much more alcoholic, like where I had lost my like taste for it.
Yeah.
Where like, because I had been drinking non-alcoholic beers and stuff, and when I had my first beer, I was like, this tastes like it has nail polish remover in it.
I feel that. Like, yeah, because like I'll never do like hard liquor. Like, I can't see myself ever like drinking vodka again.
Yeah.
Like it just seems crazy.
Yeah.
Or even like gin or whiskey probably, but.
There's been times, most of the time that I've like tried to have a drink, I don't even finish it now because I don't like the taste anymore.
Yeah, I get that.
Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
Yes.
Really? You don't give me the vibe. I could see you packing a lip.
No, I hated that.
I could see you packing a lip.
The dip, the skull.
Spitting.
No, it was disgusting.
Spitting at the quarry.
I tried to do it because it was like cool and I was like an athlete, but it was disgusting.
Wait, what were you an athlete for? Softball?
Threw up every time. No, I mean I like played football and.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I would try that, and it just I remember just like putting it in my mouth and just being like nauseous like right away.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, you're not supposed to swallow it. I'm like, I'm not doing anything. It's just in my mouth and it's ruining my life.
Yeah.
It's so gross, and then now I'm throwing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no cigarettes. Because I worked in a bar in my early 20s when I was in Chicago, so that was right before you could still smoke in bars. Mm-hmm. So it's just like a social thing.
And the bars were segregated still.
It was. This was the 50s. But yeah, so I would do it a little there. But yeah, oh man, cigarettes. I haven't had one of those in probably almost 10 years. But
did you have a hard time quitting?
No.
Because
I just did it like to do it. It was a social thing for me.
Do you think you're one of those people that just doesn't really have like an addict brain?
I don't think I do. Cause I can take breaks from drinking like nothing.
Yeah.
Like I can take a month off and it's like no problem.
Yeah.
So you smoke cigarettes, don't you? Or
no, I went through a phase of vaping.
Oh yeah, okay, vaping.
And then sometimes I don't like the taste of cigarettes at all, so I never really got into that.
Yeah, but I
went through a Zyn phase.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm tired of it.
And then
people leave their little Zyn pouch laying around.
It is gross.
I don't want to touch your saliva.
It is gross. I used to date a guy who would like leave them like on like the nightstand at my apartment and stuff.
Yeah,
so like,
why can't you just like grab a Kleenex or something, throw it out?
Yeah.
Weirdos.
And then sometimes I would smoke Black and Milds because they're delicious.
Yeah, those like the Swisher Sweet type of thing.
No, like they have like a wood tip.
They're like longer though.
Yeah. Like cigarillo.
Yeah.
But I hate the smell of cigars.
Yeah, cigars, I'm over that.
I think cigars smell like actual burning shit.
I hate, sometimes you'll see people at the Comedy Store patio smoking those. Like, that's not a social,
it's not
like, the cigars, take it to your backyard. That's not a in public thing.
And if you don't have a backyard, you don't deserve a cigar.
That's right. or go to the friggin' cigar lounge. Yeah, there's
a reason there's cigar lounges.
Yeah, it's just way too strong of a smell to just be doing it. Oh yeah, this is the smoking area. Sure, I'll fill up the entire place with this smell.
Yeah.
Stupids. All right, Angie, let's get to one of these brackets we have here.
Okay.
So, like, people send in these brackets, like, tournament style. Like, you familiar with, like, the basketball tournament, like, in college sports, like basketball?
I know what pickles are, and I know what basketball is.
All right, well, good. Well, some people don't know what brackets are. So, people send in these brackets, and we have a few options. This one, hot off the presses, I think this might get people... I think this might get Aaron and Angie. I think this might pique your guys' interest. This is a fashion faux pas bracket.
Okay.
We into that? We can do that.
Yeah.
Or there's one that came in, fictional beverages bracket. Like drinks you would see on, like, TV and film. And then there's also an emo bands bracket. Shout out Lane. I'm leaning towards doing the fashion faux pas bracket.
Me too.
I think that sounds fun.
Let's do that.
Aaron?
Sure.
Yeah, I think this will be fun to check out. This is another bracket that comes from Kyle. Kyle absolutely crushing it on the bracket front. Sorry, everybody, for showing my favoritism towards Kyle. But I mean, this is he's hitting all the right points here. So Kyle writes in and he says, new bracket, fashion faux pas, which, if anyone's wondering, that is spelled F-A-U-X, one word, next word P-A-S. I think that's correct.
I thought it was P-A-U-S.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, he might be wrong.
Kyle.
Yeah, spell check. All right, so he says, what up, Joe, double A, Ron, and probably no one else since you haven't had any guests lately. Well, guess again.
The spelling is correct, by the way.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but is there like a accent mark or something?
Not that I could say, no.
Yeah, no, it is someone else. I haven't had guests. It's hard to book people, man. People are busy in the summer.
Yeah.
Why don't you take over my booking? We have Angie here. Thanks, Kyle. He says, I've noticed lately that baggy pants are making a comeback, as are some of other 90s fashion trends. It made me laugh knowing I used to wear pants like these in my teenage years, and thought of the other fashion faux pas that caught on with pop culture throughout the decades. So I compiled a list of some of the most popular fashion trends to battle for the title of worst fashion faux pas for men. Oh, okay, so it's for men. Some of these have made a comeback, and some hopefully have died a painful death and will never come back. However, I'd like to hear your thoughts on what the worst faux pas is. Lylas. Is that
love you like a sister?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. People do that.
That's a thing?
That's what he does.
I guess. Is it?
No, that's what Kyle does.
Yeah.
Kyle does,
Okay.
Lylas handsome 3K, aka Kyle. Okay. Yeah. So I guess these are worst fashion faux pas that men do. So we have the seedings, It's the bracket, and then we pick a winner based off a best of 7 format.
Okay.
So like 4 games wins. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
All right, so Aaron will read off the matchups. We have 16 teams.
All righty. First matchup, number 1 seed, Sagging Pants versus number 8, Jorts.
All right, now is that jean shorts?
Jean shorts, yes.
So
I don't think sagging pants are really a thing.
So now remember, the thing is, we want to pick. So like we've had these brackets before where the worst. So you want to pick the worst. So the worst wins. So keep in mind the one
really?
Yeah, so keep in mind the one that you like, you want to go the opposite way.
Okay.
So because the bracket is worst fashion faux pas. So which is worse?
Then I think sagging pants.
Yeah, I mean jorts.
I've seen guys who pull off jorts. They're all over Silver Lake.
I don't know. I'm just thinking, to me, it always just looks dumb.
Dumber than having your ass out? Dumber than being a straight
I don't know,
guy.
like older guys. Well, yeah, I guess is the ass out?
Yeah. I mean, you've seen the ones where you can see your whole ass.
Yeah, but that's more like plumber's crack.
No,
but,
like where your underwear.
Are just sagging.
People who don't, they don't wear them around their waist. They wear them like upper thigh to lower ass cheek on the back. It's crazy.
Yeah, because sagging pants is also like annoying. You're just kind of like, pull your pants up, wear a belt. You have all these emotions.
Yeah.
Where it's like jorts are just kind of.
There's dads that wear jorts. There's fashionable guys that wear jorts.
Yeah, and I guess I kind of
cargo
more into
shorts are kind of cool
black
sometimes.
jorts. Wait, are we incorporating cargo shorts to jorts?
Yeah, I've seen jean cargo shorts.
Oh yeah, okay.
Well, they're not. The cargo shorts aren't on here specifically, but
Aaron,
I don't think we can. Jorts are very specific.
Aaron, you're drunk. I can
no
smell it through the booth, Aaron.
No longer high, I promise.
I can smell it through the booth. What is this place?
Well, it's a friggin' free-for-all is what it is. All right, so... All right, I give jorts a couple games because they're just kind of like weird, but all right, yeah, sagging pants are I guess are worse. I'll say 4-2 sagging pants. What do you say?
I think sagging pants would definitely beat jorts in basketball.
Yeah, so like,
if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but so like, how would you give? Like, how much would you say they win? 4, because 4 is the clinching number.
I think sagging pants would wipe the floor with jorts.
So you think like
at basketball?
You think a sweep like 4-0?
Yeah.
All right, Aaron.
I feel like sagging pants have never gone away, so I don't know that this fits necessarily. But I don't know.
I mean, a faux pas is always there.
If I saw someone in jean shorts versus someone in sagging pants, I would probably judge the sagging pants guy more.
All right, well,
because he's making a choice about how he wears his clothes.
Yeah, that's
what he thinks his waist size is.
Yeah, there's a deeper aspect there.
I mean,
I guess
my thighs, like, that's probably worse than putting it around my waist. So I'm gonna say sagging pants win 4-2. George gets a couple games because they are pretty bad. And I had them.
Yeah, they're not that.
I speak from experience.
Yeah.
All right, next matchup, we've got number 3, the Fedora, versus number 6. Now, this I haven't seen come back. FUBU.
What's a FUBU?
For Us, By Us.
So FUBU clothing. It was a clothing line.
Is that like the furry stuff?
No.
Ugh, somebody needs to show me a picture.
Okay, I will find you a photo. FUBU is a jersey that usually had the number 05 on it.
Well, yeah, wasn't it just like athletic gear?
It was mostly just that jersey was the big thing. Hang on, let me...
I mean, either way, it's the fedora.
FUBU made me think of those Labubus. You know, those little monster dolls? You getting into that?
No, I don't know what the heck that is.
You don't know what that is?
Is that like troll dolls?
It's sweeping Gen Z.
Apparently FUBU has partnered with Urban Outfitters. That's why it's coming back.
I mean, the fedora to me is so pretentious.
I mean, I want to say blindly
absurd.
fedora.
You want to say what?
Blindly, I would say fedora.
Yeah, I mean...
But saying fedora versus a clothing brand, it makes me question Kyle's ability.
Fedora, for me, is
put a bracket together. Kyle.
Yeah, that's not... FUBU's not... Yeah, that's not really that specific.
But you guys clearly had something in mind.
Yeah, I just pictured like athletic wear.
This is the specific,
like sweatshirts, sweatpants.
The specific thing I have in mind for this.
Yeah, what is what you're thinking? I mean, to me, I think fedora is the strong favorite for me right now in the bracket.
And specifically on.
I mean, there's something serial killery about a fedora.
Yeah, it's like creepy. Yeah, I don't like it.
So this is a FUBU jersey in the Pretty Fly for a White Guy video.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
wow, that is. Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, that just looks like
Offspring.
a jersey. I wouldn't think twice about that.
Yeah, I'm thinking more of like black and white and maybe red clothing, but yeah, I guess I don't remember FUBU.
Shout out to the Offspring.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we've shouted them out. I have an Offspring shirt from the Smash album that I wear here on the pod.
I saw them live at the Innings Festival. It's a festival in Arizona.
Oh, I'd like
at a baseball stadium.
I'd like to see them.
Yeah, Jimmy
It was
World
awesome.
played that one.
It was. I wish I could have seen the Jimmy Eat World one. I saw Weezer, the Offspring, and Green Day on one night.
All right, yeah, that's right up my alley.
Yeah.
I'm into those bands.
Yeah. I will go Fedora.
Yeah, I'm going Fedora huge.
Oh, huge.
Because FUBU is black owned and operated.
Yeah.
Was always for us, by us is what it stands for.
Oh.
It was co-opted by by terrible white people. But the fedora, it's only looked good in noir films. It's never looked good since.
The fedora's bad across racial lines.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the fedora. Yeah, I don't mind really FUBU. I don't see that really
I
as
feel
a
like
faux pas
Neo
at all.
could pull that off. Neo?
I don't know. My dad is black, and
You thinking the Matrix?
I've seen him go
No,
out with
no, the pop
fedoras
star.
before, and it's
Oh,
psychotic.
Neo.
Yeah.
Neo,
Neo,
St.
the pop
Louis
star.
native.
I was thinking of Neo. I was thinking Keanu Reeves.
Or maybe that's Nelly. Never mind.
Yeah, Nelly's.
Well, Nelly is. Yeah, Neo might be also, but I'm saying fedora in a sweep.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Most people who try to pull off that look have the wrong hat.
Indiana Jones isn't a fedora.
Yeah, it's a fedora.
Don't
100%
insult
is.
Indiana that way.
It is. but it's-
I mean, I think that's more of a cowboy hat or.
That's a fedora, guys.
It might look like a fedora to you with your blurry vision.
No, it is
Drunk.
because it's not like a safari hat. It's not quite a cowboy.
It's a fedora.
It is.
It's a fedora, but
yeah,
people wear the wrong style of it, and
Yeah, I think Harrison Ford wore it the best.
he's the only one.
Aaron, come out of the booth. We have letters we need to read to you.
Yeah, freaking Aaron.
I'm reading this bracket. So
right.
fedora to me wins
Yeah.
4-2.
What do you say, Angie?
Indiana Jones wasn't wearing a fedora.
Well, then what the heck is it?
I don't know, a traveler's hat, an adventurer's
Yeah,
hat.
traveler's hat. You wear this if you go on a plane.
It
Oh yeah,
has
it is
a
kind
wider
of like an
brim.
adventurer's
It has
hat.
a wider brim. I do not.
But I
think
don't know
it
if that's
counts
like
as
a
fedora.
thing. That's like there's no adventurers in the world.
Then you guys
That's
are
like a
thinking
movie
of
thing.
the wrong hat or something, because Indiana Jones definitely wears a fedora. A lot of guys wear like
It is.
what's called a Bisbee.
It's not as big of a hat as what you're trying to picture. His hat is a fedora. Yeah. Sorry, what were you
You
saying?
made me
Aaron?
drive all the way out to Burbank. Just
a lot
to get
of
upset.
a lot of guys wearing hats are wearing like a Bisbee, or they're wearing a pork pie. They're all different. So but they should all go. It should.
Yeah.
They're all such
baseball cap
horrible
or-
names. Pork pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a pork pie on my
Oh,
head.
you want to hear the worst name?
Yeah.
The Scally.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Scallywag.
The Boston
That's pretty
Scally
bad.
cap. Ugh. It's
The
the worst
heck?
name for a hat.
But you're going fedora as
Fedora
well.
all the way.
How many? Are you big?
Oh, sweep.
Sweep. All right.
Sweep.
All right. This next one matchup is interesting.
Okay, number 5, overalls with one strap done, versus number 4, the puka shell necklace.
Puka shell necklace.
I don't know. This is
Next
tough.
question. Puka shell necklace.
Yeah, but the overall one strap.
I would wear that. I could pull that off. I do
Yeah,
forget that this is
well,
for
remember
men.
this is worst fashion faux pas that guys do.
Yeah, puka shell necklace, and on top of that, let's throw pearl necklace in there. Glad that's over, fellas.
I don't know. The puka shell necklace though there was a charm to that.
There's no charm to that. If you
I was
came
charmed.
into work, if you came into work wearing a puka shell necklace, I would try to get you 5150. I mean that.
Yeah,
I
but
would
the
say this guy
guys-
is a danger to
No,
himself.
but like you said, I think that's cool with a frickin' women. I don't know, Aaron. Where are you leaning?
It's like the hallmark of every guy who's ever gone to Hawaii and come back. The puka shell necklace is the worst by far.
By far.
Yeah, I'm going to say...
You know,
All right, I'm gonna say it's close though. I'm gonna say 4-3 puka shell necklace.
I mean, overalls general is bad, so I'm gonna say puka shell 4 to 3. But like,
I'm biased though. I don't like jewelry on most men.
Yeah.
Except for a watch.
Yeah.
For you to know what time you need to get to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys got to work.
The worst is the dangly cross earring on a man.
Oh, yeah.
On a man.
Yeah, no dangly earrings for guys.
The Cardinal shortstop just started wearing those.
The guys who think that they're George Michael.
Yeah. All right, so everyone's going puka shell.
Yeah.
Aaron, you said 4 to what?
I said 4 to 3.
Yeah, I think it's close.
It feels further than that, but overalls are shitty. I don't know why they wear them.
Yeah. Oh, we're kind of getting to what Angie was just talking about with this next matchup.
All right.
Okay.
Number 7, the wallet chain versus number 2, the large gauged earrings.
What about those?
Okay, well, that's the same guy. That's the same guy.
Yeah, it basically is. That is
the wallet chain is redeeming to know that the guy has something worth saving in his wallet.
Yeah.
That's redeeming.
And I feel like some guys can pull that off.
Yeah, like a rockabilly guy.
Yeah, if you're like a rocker, you're wearing leather, it kind of fits.
I think there's guys that can pull off gauges. I just can't get over how
I don't know.
disgusting it makes your ears look if you don't have them in.
Yeah, is that what the ear open?
Yeah.
Yeah, why are we having that? Why does my ear need to look like the Scream mask?
Oh.
The ghost face?
Do you remember seeing those guys or like girls at the mall and they'd have them out and it'd just be flapping in the wind?
No.
Have you ever seen that where
because they couldn't wear the gauges at work. But
it's so big.
Much worse
Oh gosh.
I wonder, like, I think if you go big enough, they don't even really go back.
No, you have to have reconstructive surgery.
Oh, geez.
Which looks bad.
Yeah, to me, it's large gauge earrings in a friggin' sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I had a wallet chain.
You had a wallet chain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never did.
That's punk rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
badass.
But yeah, large gauge earrings for me 4-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're switching to the other side of the bracket. We've got number 1, skinny jeans, versus number 8, affliction t-shirts.
Define affliction t-shirt.
That brand Affliction. That was a big thing of like.
This is where my age is showing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say.
You could have put Ed Hardy on here as well.
I might be.
Okay.
I might be.
But affliction's worse.
I might be thinking upset here. Yeah. Aaron will pull up an example in Affliction shirt, but yeah, these are like, just like basic dude shirts. I don't know. I feel like a lot of guys. I know people might shit on them, but a lot of guys pull off skinny jeans.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think they're a little bit better than like super baggy jeans, which we're gonna see later in the bracket here. But yeah, if I recall, the Affliction Affliction t-shirts became like the butt of a joke at a certain point.
Yeah, jeez, it's hard to get a fucking image off the internet for it. Keep talking.
But just skinny jeans just as a Faux. I mean, he's got him as the number 1 seed.
Number 1 seed?
Yeah.
I think Gauges might take it.
So like he's ranking skinny jeans as the highest worst faux pas. I'm going to say that they're not. I'm going to say that they get upset by Affliction t-shirts here 4-2. And I'm just imagining the Affliction shirts right now. I don't have the visual, but it was just like weird. I think it was kind of a...
it's a lot of swords and crazy writing. And
yeah, it's kind of like I guess maybe kind of a rock...
like a schizophrenic nightmare
culture, like
skulls and swords.
Yeah, maybe more like heavy metal or like
wings rather than flames.
Yeah, like wings and skulls and see ya.
Every shirt kind of look like
I
this.
feel like I see Gen Z people wearing stuff like this.
They probably do.
With like baggy black jeans. It's kind of a look.
But what about that with skinny jeans?
Well, that was skinny jeans. Is bad, But I think the skinny jeans are what make it worse.
The skinny jeans make it worse.
I don't ever want to see the shape of a man's legs, like in tight clothes.
What if they work out?
I don't think anybody's like, ooh, look at those muscular legs on that guy.
Well, they should.
I mean,
guys don't want
to.
I mean, what about leg day? You're telling us leg day is irrelevant?
No, I mean, it's not irrelevant. It's great to be proportional.
It's a good day.
But it's not like, look at his quads.
All right, I'm sticking by my pick. Affliction T-shirts 4-2. You're saying skinny jeans. How many?
I'm picking skinny jeans. 4-3.
Oh, close. Aaron?
I'm saying Affliction T-shirts.
Affliction winning in the upset.
4-2.
Yeah, I think it's more stupid.
I don't like seeing skinny jeans on a skateboarder. That's for sure.
Well, at least I know Kyle agrees with me.
But yeah, Affliction's. It's such a terrible brand.
I feel like I've seen people wear stuff like that still. You don't see anybody wearing skinny jeans.
I mean, I'm sure there's some people that pull it off, but
I don't think there's many people that pull skinny jeans off.
Maybe, but the design of that, I don't like it.
This next matchup is kind of confusing because I don't really feel like these are that bad, but here we go.
Yeah.
Number 3, baggy basketball shorts versus number 6, V-necks.
Yeah, interesting here.
V-necks.
I guess if you're wearing the shorts just around and not while you're playing basketball, maybe it can be a faux pas.
I don't know. Sandler pulls it off.
Yeah, I was picturing him when I as we were reading this just.
There's like
I think Sandler does pull them off.
I don't think there's many people that, even if you're pulling off a V-neck, people are still like, you're a douchebag.
Yeah, V-necks. Yeah, V-necks got to have a.
Because it's like, what are you trying to show cleavage?
Yeah, the V-neck has to have like a button down over it, or like you're wearing it as an undershirt. Fine. Yeah, baggy basketball short. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people can pull that off. Yeah, I don't see that as.
Yeah.
That is that right? Yeah, V-neck. Yeah, I guess I don't really like. Yeah, I don't want to be seeing a lot of collarbone.
I don't know. V-neck looks good, better on some people than others.
Yeah, same with basketball shorts.
Yeah, I think basketball shorts are fine.
Yeah, I think V-necks are the worst out of these. I'm gonna say 4-1 V-neck wins.
V-neck.
Yeah, I'd go with that. 4-1. Okay. Next matchup, number 5, fanny packs versus number 4, frosted tips.
Oh boy.
Okay.
4 is like, that's a pretty low
tough.
seed, I feel like, for frosted tips. They could have been up there. Now, I think a lot of people had those at one point. Not me. I never dyed hair, but
people are rebranding the fanny packs though by wearing them across their chest. Have you seen that?
yeah, the fanny pack is like so in.
That's kind of bad.
It seems like.
Also, it serves a purpose. It serves a real functional purpose. Where
Yeah.
it's nice to have a hands-free bag.
Yeah, you got your belongings in there.
If you're at a concert or an amusement park where it's nice to be hands-free.
Yeah, a lot of guys are doing that as opposed to wallets, and a lot of people are pulling it off.
The thing is that there's not many ways for guys to like carry around stuff in a socially acceptable way.
Yeah.
It's like a tote bag, which has like no structural integrity.
Right.
Or a fanny pack.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say frosted tips.
Frosted tips, for sure.
Yeah, the big here, 4-1.
Also, a lot of the guys that get frosted tips, they do it themselves at home. And so then it's like brassy because they don't tone it with anything. So then they'll have like orange hair.
Yeah, no thanks.
It'll like blend in perfectly with their skin tone.
I will go frosted tips as well, although I do not like a fanny pack.
What about across the chest?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay,
You don't have ammunition on. Come on, get
how are guys supposed to carry stuff?
Yeah, it does have a weird like
pockets.
war vibe of like.
But if you're at a concert, you can get pickpocketed. And now we have these iPhones that are like the size of your face.
Yeah.
You got pockets. We have pockets.
Yeah, it is about the size of my face.
Leave your phone in your car.
But then people get pickpocketed.
Yeah.
That's just a risk you're willing to take?
100%.
You're fucking crazy. This guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he is.
Frosted Tips
Wild.
win 4-3 for me. Then we got the last matchup. Number 7, Velour Tracksuit
Okay, nice.
versus number 2, Jinko Jeans.
All right, now I may be having a brain fart here, but what is the velour tracksuit exactly? Is that...
That's like it's like velvety material, like Juicy Couture or
Okay, is that like what they wore in
Hugh Hefner
Christmas Vacation? Like the neighbors?
It's like velvety, but not.
Well, that was like a jogging suit.
Yeah, like a jogging suit.
That's what these are supposed to be for, but they just get worn by people who are out of shape mostly.
Now, Jinko jeans were huge when I was coming up in like 7th, 8th grade. Yeah, this is like a late 90s thing.
I've seen Jinko jeans. I mean, they're just unreasonable.
I think people are bringing back... You said they're unreasonable?
They're just unreasonably bad.
Yeah, they are. So how many people are living in there right now? Are they?
It basically looks like a skirt.
Are they paying rent?
I bet Luke Binkow might have a pair of Jinko
I believe
jeans.
that he does. Yeah, I was picturing him. He's been on the past Joe Code guest. Yeah, I've seen him wear Jinko jeans. If they're not, they're super baggy. I don't know if that's the brand, but
These velour tracksuits that are being worn now are apparently super tight and high water, and I don't appreciate either of those things.
yeah, I mean, if it's a tracksuit, I don't see how it's worse than the Jinkos.
No, it's not though.
Yeah,
You're
it definitely can't be. I'm gonna say
There's a time and a place to wear a tracksuit.
There's not one photo of a fat Russian guy though, and I think that's false advertising.
yeah. I mean, Jinko jeans. I don't see a time and a place for them.
No. I'm gonna do Jinko jeans 4-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 4-1 as well.
I'll go with that 4-1. All right. Do we want to move on to the quarters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do quarterfinals.
Okay, we've got Sagging Pants versus the Fedora. Number 1 versus 3.
Oh, okay. See, this is next round. The matchups get
That's tough.
fun. Yeah. This is tough
I'm leaning towards Fedora.
because I'm angry watching. I'm picturing somebody wearing both these, and I'm like, oh, I don't want
You can't combine these. God, they just.
I don't want you wearing those.
Open a mouth to hell.
I think that my reasoning has to be that when I see a fedora versus sagging pants, who do I assume more negative things about?
Yeah.
Or who do I assume is more mentally unstable? And I would have to say a person wearing a fedora.
Yeah.
Because at least the sagging pants are like, oh, it's because I don't care. But the fedora is like, oh, I care a lot.
Oh, I'm trying so hard.
Yeah.
Yes. Good analysis there, Angie.
I would rather talk to someone.
That's the kind of stuff we need for these brackets. We got to have people that bring insight and are able to read deep into the stuff.
Yeah. I'd rather talk to someone with sagging pants than a fedora.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, the fedora is strong. The fedora is going to be hard to beat. And what's funny about these worst, it's like you don't like it, but also like you're moving them on. So like you're cheering for them because you don't like them. So yeah, I'm going to say fedora over sagging pants 4-2.
I was also going to say 4-2.
Yeah.
This is tough. I feel like certain people, present company excluded, but I think certain people look good in a fedora versus a ball cap. And I mean bald guys.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But there's just not enough good get guys that.
Yeah.
And I like the aspect of like Angie pointed out that it just, hey, you're trying so hard with this. So to me that makes it worse because I think it looks great. I'm unique. No, you're dumb.
Well, yeah, specifically the fedora. Like some of these other hats look better. The fedora itself is like you're trying to look like a news reporter in the 30s.
Yeah.
There was a guy at my college who wore one to look like, because he was on the newspaper. It was so crazy.
Yeah, no.
See, and I hate him
Yeah, I would too.
based on that information alone.
I'll go Fedora 4-3, but I think Saggy Pants deserve 3 games.
Fedora's going to the semis.
Okay. Then we've got the puka shell necklace taking on the large gauge earrings.
Ooh.
I think, yeah. What's your first?
I mean,
impression?
To me, what's worse is in this matchup, I'm going large gauged earrings.
I'm also leaning that way. I think.
As am I.
Especially large. I mean, they do specifically say large.
Yeah, it's large.
And so these are the people where they have to get surgery to reverse the fashion choice that they made.
Yeah, that's much.
They have to get extra skin cut off, and it's just funny how people put themselves in a scenario like that.
Yeah.
And how unreasonable that is.
Yeah,
I'm picturing a tall, skinny guy with a bicycle hat on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those weird little bicycle hats.
Yeah, this is a faux pas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
it's not even really that close.
Large gauge ear. Yeah, it's like 4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-1.
All right, that's a semi matchup.
Next matchup, we've got Affliction T-shirts did win.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Versus V-necks.
Yeah, the 2 lower seeds.
The 8 versus 6. Yeah.
Affliction T-shirts against V-necks. I like the underdog here going on. I mean, the V-neck to me, it's annoying.
I feel like these go hand in hand. The Affliction shirt is in a V-neck a lot of times too.
Yeah.
So what's worse? I'm going to say
the whole Affliction aesthetic is terrible.
I still have to. I have to say V-necks.
You're going V-necks.
There is something very slutty about it, and as a man, I just don't understand why. I mean, I think to make it fair, we have to be talking about a crew neck Affliction shirt to make these different.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine by me.
Where it's like, I just don't understand why any man wakes up and it's like, I want to wear a different. The reason that women wear V-necks is for people to be able to see their chest.
Yeah.
But
V-necks guide V-necks are not that deep.
Yeah,
I mean, there are deep Vs.
They're still trying to show more chest skin, and I have a problem with that.
All right. I don't know. Yeah, something with the aesthetic of the Affliction shirt, though. I can't do it.
The skulls and wings.
I just can't.
You guys are dragging Affliction along for
4-2. Yeah, Afflictions. Yeah. They're going to the semifinals.
They're not in my book.
I say 4-2.
Not in my America.
Same, a 4-2.
Well, you think it's close or V-necks?
I think it's V-necks 4-2.
All right. Well, they lose. Sorry, it's 2 out of 3.
No, it's fine.
Then we've got number 4 Frosted Tips versus number 2 Jinko Jeans.
Ooh.
I would say Jinko Jeans for this one. I think that I still can see people pulling off a frosted tip every now and then.
Yeah, some of these dudes with blonde hair
that's just kind of growing out.
Yeah, I bet
Jinko
I wouldn't
jeans.
even. I bet I could see a person with frosted tips and not even notice.
Yeah, I feel like
Jinkos, I'm a C.
Yeah, they're too blatant. Yeah,
Jinkos,
I
it's
think.
like, did you just come from filming a sketch about Jinko jeans?
Yeah, that's the thing. The frosted tips are definitely like you wouldn't notice them as much. Yeah, we got to go Jinko jeans, 4-1.
Yeah,
I'm going big Jinkos.
4-1. Okay.
All
right. Semis.
Yeah, we could finish this bracket.
All
yeah,
right,
mine as
semis,
well.
We've got Fedora, number 3 versus number 2 large gauge earrings.
Oh man,
So tough.
yeah,
I'm going large gauge earrings because you can take off a fedora.
Yeah.
If I see one of those, I could knock it off his head. I could steal it.
Whoa. Okay.
I mean, the large gaze earrings.
Steal it
Throw
for
it like a
booze
frisbee.
money.
I mean,
God.
it takes commitment to go through the gauge process.
Yeah, months. That ain't overnight.
Yeah, months of a choice over and over and over again.
Yeah.
The large gauge. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Both of them are like I don't really like looking at either.
I think because of the fact that large gauge earrings aren't really a choice that can be reversed, and the reason that we're not seeing it is because someone had to get surgery to fix the choice that they made.
Yeah, it's just like to do that to
Gauges.
your ears. But yeah,
to see other people have it and be like, that looks cool.
Yeah, all right. I think it's very close. I'll say large gauge earrings 4 to 3.
4 to 3.
Oh, I was going to say further. I think it's 4 to 1.
4 to 1 gauges.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they're in the championship.
They're in. Okay. Then we've got Affliction T-shirts, the number 8 seed. It's a Miracle Run.
Yeah.
No, it's not a Miracle Run.
Well, it's number 8. It is the lowest seed on the seed.
They are low.
Because Kyle knew that it wasn't that bad.
It's a true underdog story.
It's a true underdog story. So it's Affliction shirts versus Jinko jeans.
I think obviously Jinko jeans.
In this particular matchup,
oh god,
I'm leaning Jinko jeans.
Yeah,
there's just something buffoonish or cartoonish about Jinko jeans.
It's like seeing someone walking around in a zoot suit.
Yeah, it's just almost like
speaking of the fedora.
It's almost like you can't be for real wearing what are you doing?
They're just not coming back. And if they do come back, then we're really in a recession.
Yeah.
And I don't like a flavor. Yeah, I'll go Jinko jeans, but I say it's 4 to 3. I think it's close. I think it's very close.
Yeah, I would say 4 to 3 as well. But
what do you say,
both
Angie?
It's 4 to 1.
All right.
Affliction T-shirts had no business here.
All right, so we got
I would
championship.
wear an Affliction shirt tomorrow.
So we've got both number 2 seeds.
Yeah, both 2s.
Large gauge earrings versus number 2 Jinko jeans.
This is hard.
Yeah, both both cartoonish, if I could use that term again.
I personally,
I can and I will.
I think it might be Jinko jeans.
I
think that I would double take someone wearing Jinko jeans more than somebody having gauges in today's society.
Yeah, and I think it's just more noticeable. Like the gauges, like it's just kind of your ear. And the Jinkos just like, I mean, from day one, I just remember being just astonished to like, why are you guys doing that?
You never wore them?
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
I had baggy jeans, but not that.
Yeah, like I'd have like baggier jeans, but never. Yeah, that's just another level of.
There's still like a tattoo artist or like a singer who's walking around with gauges who's pulling them off.
Yeah,
Well,
somebody's pulling off.
Probably not that large though.
As long as you keep the hoops in,
Yeah,
you get away with it.
That's the other thing.
Just don't let them flap in the wind.
Yeah, that's a good point because some people are I don't know if anyone's pulling off Jinkos.
Jinkos, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, people are pulling off gauges. Yeah, worst fashion faux pas for men. Yeah, I think the winner is Jinko jeans.
I think the winner is Jinko jeans.
I think it's 4 to 3. I think it's close. I'm picking Jinko jeans.
4 to 3.
Yeah. Aaron, what about you?
Jinko's already the winner. But I think I would go large gauge earrings.
Wow.
Yeah,
I would never want it. I could live in Jinkos. I wouldn't want to, but I could. But
okay, yeah. Would you rather?
If I was gauged by force, oh no.
Would you rather wear Jinko jeans every day or have gauge earrings every day? I think I'd rather have gauges.
I wouldn't want to do that to my ear. I mean, I'd rather wear Jinkos, but
yeah.
Every day.
As opposed to that ear.
Well, I guess I feel a bit of a benefit because I have hair, so I could just kind of cover them up.
Yeah, I don't have freaking hair to cover it.
Yeah,
People are going to be looking at mine.
And
My gauges.
I guess you would look crazy with either.
Yeah. Aaron, you
really
say,
crazy.
how much do you think gauges would win?
4 to 3.
Okay.
It's real close.
Yeah, Jinko, it's just too much like, wow, look at this. It's just like blatantly not into it. Like, hey, there's no hiding. Like, I can't even see. Can I see your shoes? I don't think I can see your shoes. I'm not looking at what you're wearing, what kind of shirt you're wearing. I'm just totally distracted by this you trying to look like a tree stump or something. I mean, it's like crazy. So, all right, congratulations, Jinko Jeans, winner of the worst fashion faux pas for men's bracket. All right, great. That puts us at an hour and a half, and I think that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Angie, very funny. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you had a good time. Yeah, absolutely. Aaron, thank you.
Yep.
Kyle, thank you for that bracket. And then, yeah, everybody, yeah, don't forget, guys, I didn't get the chance to read any emails or comments. Remember, I recorded 2 episodes on June 26th, so we'll get caught up on the emails and comments in future episodes. So thank you, guys. A lot of fun today. That's Joe Code episode 210 here with Angie Stroud. Follow Angie on Instagram. She's a great comic.
What was that handle?
It's at Angie Stro.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's
Angie
not your
Stroud.
full name.
Nope, I don't have that handle,
Angie
unfortunately.
Stroud. Oh, somebody else has that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Angie Stroud is cool.
Thank you.
Follow her at Angie Stroud. And thank all you guys out there. Please write in, comment, like. Thanks a lot, guys. That's this episode of Joe Code. I'm your host, Joe Marrese.